Hey, this is Jeeps Rock, and what I have here is the Bordan Jeep cover, and this is going to be from 87 all the way to 2002 Jeeps is what this will work for. This is actually going to be for the four-door Jeep on this particular model that we have here today, but I'm going to show you some of the features of it, and I'm going to open it. Got a little bit of wind fighting this right now, so it won't be too hard to put this on. But what it has is got some elastic on the bottom too to kind of keep it so it kind of stays next to the vehicle when it's on. And you can either cover your tires and use it to tie down on the tire, or you can actually tuck them in underneath the tires as well. So we'll show you that as well. And we'll show you even a little bit of testing that we'll do when we're out here. But what this could be for is we just washed this vehicle and maybe we're out and it might be potential of rain, so we could put this on if we wanted to, or if we were out here for the whole day. Could get kind of dusty. We could use this as a dust cover. If it rains on us, we've got a rain cover, as well as it could be for even UV as well as even snow. So we're going to show you what this looks like. Again, this is how it comes in this package right here. This is about just a little bit shorter of 8 pounds in total weight. And as I open it up, there's a few things here. And what they've done is they've got a little bit of security here. It even has like a little lock. It's not going to keep anybody from taking it or anything, but I think this will just give you a little bit more security as to where it's going to hold it down, because this goes underneath the vehicle, so it makes it a little bit tighter. So it's not for security of like for theft. It's more, I think, of just to keep it nice and tight underneath. And then this is going to be the same thing if you want to do to tie it from the bottom up. So you put it across your skid plates underneath, and then pull it together from underneath. So we'll go ahead and open this up. And the color that I have today, of course, is black. It does come in different colors, and I'm already touching it right now. It does not feel like a tarp kind of texture to it, so just to kind of keep that in mind. And it actually is pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. We're going to go to open this up, and then once we have it on, we'll move our side of the camera so you can see it on different angles. We'll show you on the back. We also have not only just a typical Jeep here, but we also have roof rack lights. We have a roof rack, and we have a spare tire on the back. So we're going to see how this all looks and see if it can cover everything, or if it gets it too short down below. And we'll show you all that as we go through the process. So let's go ahead and we'll get this installed. The cover. And I've got some wind that's going to fight me here, so we'll see if I can get this on or not. It's a good way to test it. See, this one's actually connected to it, so it's not like free-flowing. You can see I've got some zippers here, and I'll explain what the zippers here are for in a second. There's also, you'll see some reflective tape right here as well, and I'll show you what that is as well. This is the Bordan car cover. It protects you from UV rays, rain, snow, dust, dirt, and even that fun but not so much fun bird droppings. This is a multi-cover that brings features that other people won't be able to bring to you. It's got a polyester which prevents the buildup, as well as provides heat and cold resistance. Has an inner layer, so it will be a scratch-proof lining. It also has a heavy-duty layer that creates a durable material, so no dirt or dust will mess up your paint. And we again recommend that once you're done with the cover, leave it on. Make sure it's all washed before putting it back for the next time you need to use it. This is good for a custom car fit cover for any Wrangler from 1987 to the present of 2002 when this was recorded. So you can see it's got, right here, you can see it's got some elastic, so it kind of holds it to the vehicle. Help me out a little bit. So you can see we're just about done now with the coverage. What's helping right now is actually the elastic on the bottom. That's helping a lot. I'm actually going to not use the tie-in into the tires. I kind of like keeping it this way. You can see that I'm already kind of got some dirt around me, so I've got a little bit of dust on it already, some dirt. So I'm going to do this so that if my tires were completely covered in mud and I had to do this, I'm going to try to keep it behind here. That way I have as least amount of mud on it as possible. because if I put it over the tire, I'm gonna have mud from here on the side and on the inside. So I think I'm gonna do it just like this. That's why I'm gonna keep it this way. But what you can do is, I'll go ahead and show you. You could have it look like this as well. Bring your tire, and then you have these straps that you can put inside the spokes of your wheel, tie them down. That gives it a little bit more from blowing away. But for this particular example, I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck it in back behind. So you can see here I have this reflective piece, and I've also have it here on the front. And then I have, again, this strap. So the strap is gonna work its way all the way to the other side, and then I'm gonna tie it in on the other side. That way it keeps it from blowing away. So we have a roof rack up above, and it covered that with no problem. Again, this is temporary. It's not something that's gonna be for like permanent storage or anything like that, but it would be great if you're trying to keep maybe some sap or something off of your trees getting on your vehicle all the time. And again, you got that reflective tape on both sides. And I'm just kind of working my way, getting it all lined up. But it needs to be pretty good. Again, I also have a extended custom bull bar on the front, and it covered up with no problem. And I'm just about done. Again, I'm gonna throw this underneath, get this to the other side. I probably put maybe a weight or something on this, that way it doesn't keep blowing at me if it was really windy. I'm just gonna throw this underneath and put that on the other side, tie that up, and that's about it. So this is the first look at the Bordan cover. And again, this is good for dust, rain, snow. It is waterproof. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get this tied on the other side, and I'm gonna show you, if you saw how I was putting it on, see there's no access points to here anymore, but there is on the driver's side, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So now we're here on the driver's side, and the driver's side allows you, there's a zipper right here so that you don't have to take the whole tire and cover off if you need to get inside your vehicle. So it's just right here on this seam. So you can just take the zipper, zips up, has enough access to get to your door. Move that to the side, and you have access to your door and get inside if you needed to get in here. And man, it is black inside here. Wow, it is dark, dark, dark. So it's pretty thick covering. Shut that back in. And then all you would have to do is zip this back up. And remember I had mentioned that strap before. That strap goes right here in this clip, so you can tie that in, make that nice and tight, and that way you have it completely tight. And again, you can do whatever you want with this because it's got that elastic on the bottom. Now that covers up our rock rails, and we do again have a little bit of that reflective tape here on the side on the front. Now I'm going to show you on the back. So here's the back. The back again has that reflective tape on either side. This is actually a 35-inch spare tire here on the back. And then this right here that's sticking out is actually something that we use to hold our like a rotopack or a gas tank, so it's sticking out as well. But you can see it's got that nice coverage as well, and then below it still has that elastic. So you can put that underneath here, underneath your trail hitch. So you see anything you have, you can just put it right underneath and it just covers up the next piece of it. So that is the full coverage for you. We've shown you all the different sides of the vehicle. And again, once I opened that door, just to show you how where that zipper was earlier, it was very dark inside there. So it's pretty thick. I wouldn't say it's really thick, but I would say it does have a liner inside of it, and it is waterproof. And so now what we're gonna do, just as a quick test for you, we're going to go ahead and show you a simulation of rain, because it's not raining right now and I can't afford a rain machine. So I'm gonna show you my little test here. We're gonna see how, if it leaks or anything, we're gonna just do a little spray around it and just see if it leaks through. So the last test that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this water, we've got it pressurized, and we're just gonna spray this across the whole front. And then when we take off the cover, we're gonna see if it's still dry underneath. That way we can kind of do a simple test for a rain test. Again, I can't afford a rain test or a rain machine to make this completely covered. So what I'm gonna do is just use this as an example. We're gonna see that, spray this down and see if it's nice and dry underneath. As well as I think now, after I was thinking about it, I'm doing a test here, but I'm also would say if this is a little dusty or dirty before you put it away, why not grab you a bottle like this, spray it down, then just take a chamois and then dry it off. That way it's nice and clean when you put it back in for storage if you needed to reuse it again. It's really bubbling up now. I can see a whole bunch of water bubbles here. If you can see that on the video. It's really bubbling up now. So that could be like a light misting or something, light rain. I'm gonna just take my hand and see it. You can see it just rolling right off. There's a big bubble coming right off of there. So what I'm going to do is dry this off. That way what I'm going to be doing is when I dry it off, I'll be pushing all that water into the material. And then when I take it off, we'll see if it's nice and dry underneath. I'm just going to dry this off. This really feels almost like the material for like a tent. It's kind of what this feels like to me. What it reminds me of. You can see a lot of water here. I definitely think it's definitely waterproof. It's just pulling right off. I'm going to not only dry it, but again, I'm going to get some of this dirt that I put on here by accident when I put it on. So that's going to happen. Just so you can see that it is actually pulling up. Here you go. And that's a lot of water right there. It's just pulling right off for us. So I'm going to get this all dried off. And we'll see. You can see even more coming off. But we'll see what it looks like underneath and make sure it's dry. Go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and, now that this has had a chance to dry with that chamois, now we're gonna see if there's any water that's been underneath this cover here. We're gonna go ahead and take it off. And there's nothing. It's completely dry. So now that we have a clean cover again, we'll go ahead and put that back in the container that it came in, that little zip up package that they have. Put this all the way folded up, and we'll be ready for the next time we need to cover our Jeep. So thanks again for watching Jeeps Rock. And again, this is a Bordan, we'll call it the rain/snow cover. So thanks again for watching Jeeps Rock.